Welcome everyone to this webinar on the ColorMunki family of color management solutions from X-Rite. My name is Brenda Hipsher. I'm a field marketing manager with X-Rite Photo. Today we're going to look at the ColorMunki family and show you all three options for color accuracy. So let's get started. The first thing we must address is why we need color management at all. Why can't we calibrate all our devices and get the same color from camera, monitor, projector, and printer? Well, each device in our workflow produces a different set of colors. Though they may be very similar, there has to be some way of translating colors that cannot be reproduced from one device to another. For instance, most cameras can capture far more colors than any printer can produce. So what happens to those colors that cannot be printed? That's where color management comes in. It translates the color to the language of the printer so that when we look at the photo, it looks right to our eyes. Now let's look at some myths about digital photography. Myth 1. If I purchase a good monitor, it will be accurate when I take it out of the box. Well, since your monitor is the viewfinder that you use to make color corrections, it's vital that it be standardized. Monitors often come out of the box very bright, contrasty, and cool or blue. Also, multiple monitors need to be matched to each other. And your monitor needs to match the monitor at your lab. Color management ensures that your monitor is producing the colors as accurately as possible. If your monitor is not accurate, everything you do in editing your photos is just guessing and hoping for the best. Now, positive thinking is good for our emotional well-being, but maybe not so much for editing photos. Myth number 2. If I have a good quality camera and shoot raw, all my colors will be correct. Not only do different models of cameras produce colors very differently, often two cameras of the same model may produce colors in very different ways even when they are set to the same settings. The sensor size and type can vary depending on the type of camera. Different manufacturers may use sensors from different technology types. And even two cameras using the same kind of sensor and of the same model can produce colors differently. Myth number 3. If I have a good printer, my prints will look good and the colors will be correct. Lots of people think that the kind of printer they use is all they need to think about to get good prints. Like the rest of our workflow, we want to take control of it to get good quality results. Even if we have the very best printer, we simply allowing the print driver to make judgments about the output may not get us the results we want. So it's important to use a professional workflow to ensure we have control over the output. First of all, in Photoshop or Lightroom, we need to allow that software package to manage the colors. We need to select the right profile there, and then when we get to the printer driver, we need to select the correct media type, resolution, and make sure to turn off that color management in the print driver so we're not double color managing from either Photoshop and Lightroom and the print driver. This is a professional workflow to utilize printer profiles. Now, if all this sounds complicated and makes your head spin, don't worry. ColorMunki is here to rescue you from the headache caused by trying to worry about the color science behind color management. Now you can stop guessing and start knowing with easy-to-use solutions from X-Rite. Let's have a look at the ColorMunki family so that you can decide which ColorMunki is the right ColorMunki for you. From the new ColorMunki Smile with a super simple video interface to the wizard-driven, easy-to-use software packages that power ColorMunki Display and ColorMunki Photo, there is a ColorMunki solution to fit your needs. Let's look at each one to understand how they're similar and how they're different. First, let's look at the amazingly simple ColorMunki Smile software. Now, ColorMunki Smile is an entry-level solution. It profiles monitors only, gives us basic features, a video interface, allows us to profile multiple monitors utilizing advanced technology, and gives us good quality results. ColorMunki Smile is amazingly simple. It's for hobbyists, gamers, web designers, anyone who wants to see accurate color on their computer monitor. All you have to do is calibrate, share, smile. Now let's take a look at the new video interface, and I'm going to click right out of my PowerPoint deck here and right into the software program itself. Now the first thing we notice about ColorMunki Smile is it is a completely different look. It takes over both one or both of your monitors, however many you have attached to your computer, and this is the way the graphic display comes up. Mine's still reminding me to register, and so will yours, so be sure to register your ColorMunki Smile. This is the first screen that you see, and you simply press Start. And when you do, assuming that you have the device plugged in, this is the graphic that you will see telling you to place your ColorMunki Smile flat against the display over the indicator on the screen and press Begin. Now, I'm not going to press Begin because we don't want to wait for the ColorMunki Smile to do the entire profile. I'm going to exit the software right here and give you a look at what the software looks like when it's displaying the colors and the device is measuring them. This is what your screen will look like. So your device will be sitting right here in the middle as it was indicated by the software, and this is a progress bar that you'll see go right across the screen. The color patches are displayed right in the center of the screen, and please make note again of this progress bar at the bottom. Colors are displayed and measured during this phase of the profiling software. On my machine this morning, it took just a little over 5 minutes to complete the process. When you're finished, this is what you see. Just click Done and the profile is saved and defaulted to be used by your operating system. You'll also notice here that at the end of the process you'll be able to do a before and after, or calibrate another monitor on your system while the software is still active. As we said before, ColorMunki Smile is an amazingly simple solution. It's a basic colorimeter for hobbyists, gamers, web designers, anyone who wants to see accurate color on their computer monitor. A basic colorimeter that profiles monitors only and is an entry-level solution. All you do with ColorMunki Smile is calibrate, share, and smile. Our next solution in the ColorMunki family is the ColorMunki Display. Introduced just last year, this new display solution is easy to use and a great travel companion for on-the-road monitor and projector calibration. ColorMunki Display is an advanced level solution that profiles monitors and projectors. It features a completely newly designed colorimeter, has wizard-driven, easy-to-use software, and features new functions like automatic display control, ambient light smart control, flare correct, and provides you professional quality results. X-Rite Pantone's next generation colorimeter delivers unrivaled color accuracy, repeatability, and device longevity. It is a completely redesigned colorimeter with a new optical system. The larger lens array allows measurements with less mistakes and skewed results. New filter technology that allows the instrument to perform better and last longer. Spectral calibration architecture performed at the factory for better intra-instrument agreement, particularly in environments where multiple instruments are used. This new spectral photometer supports modern LCD display technologies, including CCFL, wide LED, RGB LED, wide gamut displays, and more. ColorMunki Display supports projector profiling in addition to monitors. And this little monkey has an intelligent form factor that utilizes an elegant and space-saving design, making it the perfect travel companion. So let's take a look at the ColorMunki display software. And once again, I'm going to click right out of my deck and right over into the ColorMunki display software. Now I have my device plugged in, and we're ready to have a look at the ColorMunki display software in comparison to the ColorMunki Smile software. Now before I go into the software itself, I'd like to show you what's called the preferences in ColorMunki display. What you'll notice here is that you have the option to change the tone response curve, or the gamma setting if you like. There are only two settings here. The old setting used to be 1.8. If you're in a situation where you still need that, it's preserved for you here. You also have a choice between version 2 and version 4 profiles. Version 4 profiles are the newer, more robust profiles. Version 2 profiles are the older profiles that have less of a possibility of creating what's called a version conflict between software or hardware. You'll notice this when you if you use version 4 profiles, you'll find this problem. If you have a version conflict, it will be very obvious to you. Everything on your monitor will look just fine until you open a particular software program. And that indicates a version conflict with the particular software program. Or if you have a hardware version conflict, you'll just have a situation where your monitor profiles just don't look very good. Either way, if you default your ICC version profile to version 2 right here, you'll have less of an issue with version conflicts. Now this option right here, achieve luminance display value while using video LUTs, allows those of you who may have those older iMac monitors or other monitors where the hardware setting really can't be changed to push the luminance levels down so that they can be used for editing. This check mark here allows the profile itself to take that into account. And then here you see the technology types that are being read on my system right now. Both of my monitors are CCFL monitors, and if they were not, something else would have been chosen here, very likely by the software. In the event where you have a technology type that is not being accurately chosen by the software, you can hard set it right here. So this is the way I set up my preferences, and I'll leave that with you. Now you'll notice on the ColorMunki intro screen here, you have a choice between profiling your display and profiling your projector. So for this demonstration, we're going to go right into Profile My Display, and you'll notice here that it's reading both of the displays that I have attached to my system. You also see on the left hand side here that there is a list of everything that is going to happen in the software laid out for you so that you can know what's going on. You also have help files that are available to you, and if you need to get back to the home screen at any point, you can just press right here. But for now, you can just see the pulsing orange light around the word next. We'll just navigate right on to next. When you get your ColorMunki display, if you want to do a quick and easy profile, just click the easy side here and go right into the profiling, and it will walk you all the way through it. But for today, I'd like to show you more in the advanced side what's available to you. First of all, you can change your options here for white point from D50, D55, D65, and native. Up until recently, a lot of labs have used D65 as their recommended white point, and this is what you would want to choose if your lab is using D65. If you're not sure or they can't tell you, there's probably a very high probability that they're using D65. They have to profile their monitors or they would be useless to them. So D65 has been the standard for a very long time. The other exception to that might be if you're using a light box in your environment that's set to D50 or D55, you may want to make your monitor profile actually match the light box that you're using for print for judging the prints that you're making in your own environment. So this is a little bit of a question, but in general use, D65 is a very good place to start. Now you also have the option here to click that you would like the ColorMunki to automatically determine the optimum luminance level for your display based on the ambient lighting conditions. So if you're trying to match prints in an environment where you're actually whatever environment that you're actually in, then you want to take this reading in that environment. So again, if you're using a light box, you'd actually put the ColorMunki display in the light box to take this reading. Most of us, however, set to a standardized candelas per meter square, and I like to use 100 candelas per meter square. I find that for most luminance levels in most all-purpose environments, this is a really good place to start. Now, luminance levels can be a little bit troublesome because the bottom line is if you're getting dark prints back from your lab, your display is probably too bright. So if you send your prints over to your lab, they come back consistently too dark, that's telling you that your monitor is too bright. So if you're profiling to 100 and you're still getting prints that are a little bit too dark, you can drop down to 90 or 80. But 80 is really the lowest you want to go on an LCD panel to get a good clean white. So I like to set mine right at 100 candelas per meter squared. Now the next screen that we come to in the ColorMunki display are the new functions that are built in to this newly designed colorimeter. Now in some respects these new functions are literally a product of the new device. So the new device makes these new functionality possible. The first one is Ambient Light Smart Control, and you'll notice here that you've got little movies embedded inside the software all the way through it, and they're going to tell you exactly whatever the movie is close to is about. So let's just look at the movie on Ambient Light Smart Control. It's telling us that a viewing booth for print judging and low room light with a display hood is the recommended way that we should set up our systems. But often we don't have hoods. We have light spilling onto our desktops, we have bright mixed room lighting, and often we have consistently and constantly changing light coming from windows. In this case, you might want to use Ambient Light Smart Control. This function will allow the device to sit on your desktop all day long and monitor how the light is changing from the room lights so that you can make a decision about whether you actually want to reprofile your monitor. You can set it to automatically start the reprofiling process, and you can start it to simply notify you that you may want to do this, and you can set it to sample this at various intervals during your workday so that it's not monitoring it so often that every time a cloud goes over it's telling you should reprofile. We're going to leave this one unchecked for this demonstration, but we are going to check Flare Correct. Now, Flare Correct measures the flare or glare that's falling on the surface of your monitor and attempts to take that into account in the profile. So we'll just show you the little movie on that. And again, we want to say that we recommend that you use a hood. But if you're not using a hood, then we understand that you're going to get some glare or flare on your screen, particularly if it's a glossy screen. This last measurement in the profiling process allows for you to pull the device 12 inches off the screen. Now this is a revolutionary new option here that's available in ColorMunki display, so that you pull the device 12 inches off the monitor and take one additional measurement. We've never been able to do this before, so this is something that's brand new with the ColorMunki display device. Now when we press the next button, the ColorMunki display is telling us that we are in the wrong position. So the ambient diffuser is not covering the lens. Please rotate. And it shows us to pull up on the ambient light diffuser and swing it around so that it covers the lens. And once we've done that, then the screen changes right on to measure. Now, even though we're not using this measurement to determine what our luminance brightness level is, the software does ask us each and every time to make this measurement. And it's interesting to see how it's interesting for me every time I do it to see how much change there is in the lux reading that I get on this measurement in my environment. Now the next screen that we come to is placing the ColorMunki on the screen to actually take the measurements. So this is telling us now that we were in the position to take an ambient light measurement. We want to now pull up again and rotate that ambient light diffuser around to the back so that the lens is exposed, so that we can now sit that right on our screen, making very sure, as you can see here, this extra little reminder that it is very flat against the surface of the monitor. And once we do that, then it will click right over into the ADC, the Automatic Display Control measurements. The automatic display control functionality allows the software itself to talk to the monitor technology and make changes like contrast and luminance from within our software package. This is really a huge step forward in allowing the software to reduce what you have to do to make all of this happen. So the automatic display control is now optimizing the luminance of the display. It's projecting shades of gray, white, black, and colors, and it's taking measurements and then making changes and refining as it goes. So once this phase of the measurement is finished, it will click right over into measuring the color patches, which is part of the profiling system. Now, as we know, there are two things that happen here. First, we calibrate, which is changing the monitor settings for luminance and contrast, so that we're sort of having a hardware setting is the calibration part of this process. The profiling part of the process is when the color patches really start to be produced and the measurements start to be taken and the profile begins to develop. And the way ColorMunki software actually works is it begins to produce a profile from the first few patches, then it takes additional measurements and iterates the profile again, changes the profile again, and it continues to iterate the profile until it's finished. Now we just saw it click over from the ADC functionality into the actual profiling, and you'll notice down here at the bottom you have a time indicator saying that it's going to be approximately 5 minutes, and you see the colors begin to change on the screen. I'm just going to cancel out of that right now so that we don't have to wait to the end of that process once again while we all sit here and watch the colors, lovely though they may be. I'm going to close down my ColorMunki display software and go right back to my slide deck and continue to talk with you about ColorMunki display. So you can cancel, as we just saw, at any time, and you also have, as I said, the real-time indicator letting you know what to expect time-wise. Once the colors are all finished, this is the screen you'll see if you have chosen Flare Correct as your option at the beginning. If you've decided, if you've activated Flare Correct on the opening screens, you'll now see this image. This screen tells you to remove the instrument about 12 inches off the face of the monitor and take one more reading. This reading accounts for the flare or glare reflecting off your monitor, and it's especially good for rooms with less than ideal lighting or for those of you with glossy monitors, of which I am one. Once this is activated, this is the screen you'll see. The reading only takes a few seconds. There's a progress bar right here at the bottom that shows you a near black screen and a progress bar, and it's only a few seconds. Finally, you're invited to create the name of the profile and decide the interval at which you would like the software to remind you to calibrate and profile again. Then just hit save and the profile will be created. After that, at the end of the process, you'll have a choice of a variety of images to judge the before and after to see what ColorMunki's display is doing to your monitor. You can even load your own image to look at. So the idea here is you want to profile often enough that when you do this before and after, you literally see no change. If you're seeing a significant change or even a minor change in your before and after when you're doing your judging here, you'll go back to the previous screen and change your the interval at which you're profiling to a shorter interval. So if you're profiling once a month, maybe you'll profile every 2 weeks. You want to profile often enough that when you look at the before and after pictures here, you do not see a change, because that indicates that there's no drift happening with your monitor between profiles. So let's review. ColorMunki Display is a redesigned colorimeter that color manages monitors and projectors. It's small, lightweight, and easy to carry when traveling. ColorMunki Display is the solution you need if you do not want to do printer profiling. So if you don't have the need to make profiles for a printer, ColorMunki Display is the solution for you. Now, ColorMunki Photo is the original ColorMunki. It is a full-featured spectral photometer. ColorMunki Photo calibrates and profiles your desktop and laptop monitors and profiles digital projectors. Because it's a spectral photometer, ColorMunki Photo also has the ability to produce paper profiles tailored to your paper, ink, and printer combinations, in addition to creating those profiles for monitors and digital projectors. ColorMunki Photo continues to be an innovative color management solution that now includes camera calibration software and a mini color checker classic that gets you started making custom camera profiles in addition to the monitor, projector, and printer profiles. ColorMunki Photo software is what runs the ColorMunki Photo. Camera calibration software is what allows you to make the custom profiles for your camera. So this is not a new software package for ColorMunki Photo that integrates the camera profiling into that software package. These are two separate software packages that are now included with current versions of the ColorMunki Photo. Now, ColorMunki Photo software is also wizard-driven and easy to use. It's very similar in the look of its interface to the ColorMunki Display. However, these two devices run on different pieces of software. So let's take a look now at the ColorMunki Photo software. So the first thing you'll see here, I leave this dialog box up when I'm doing these demos because I think it's important for people to see all these options that are available for you to get used to your ColorMunki when you first start using it. I mean, ColorMunki Photo has so many options here that it's really important that you take a little time to learn about it, and we put these tutorials right up front. You can unclick this box anytime you want to and you'll never see this screen again. So before we get into the ColorMunki Photo software, let's look again at the preferences, and you'll notice that they look very similar in some ways. Although in ColorMunki Photo you have display profile settings and you also have printer profile settings. Please note that you can default these to version 2 in both situations, and this is a good recommendation to make sure that you have no version conflicts. Enable DDC is right here. This is the DDC is what ADC is called in the ColorMunki Photo, and you also have this option here to achieve display luminance value using video LUTs. Remember, this is what you want to be sure you have checked if you want to see your profile push down the luminance level of your monitor in those situations where you can't set it, hardware set it. Now, you'll notice that this looks very similar to the ColorMunki Display software. ColorMunki Photo was the original ColorMunki, the first software. And you'll notice here that you have Profile My Display and Profile My Printer. In addition, you have another one up here that says Match My Printer to My Display. This button is really nothing special in that it is nothing different than this module that cascades then into this module. So there's nothing extra in this button other than starting with this module, and then when that process is finished, it cascades right into the display. Now what I'd also like to call to your attention is two additional pieces of software down here, Digital Pouch and Photo Color Picker. And I'd just like to click on Digital Pouch, and we'll do the same with Photo Color Picker and give you just a quick look at what these software packages have. So Digital Pouch allows you to drag photos into the digital pouch, and I'm going to drag 3 photos over here. It'll take them just a minute to load and populate. Once these images are into the digital pouch, we will then be able to sort of package those images together with the digital pouch viewer, and you'll be able to email that in one thing all together to your client or your family members or whatever. So we have, 3 photos that we've put right into the digital pouch, and here they are. So in order to accomplish that, I'll just press this button right here, which asks me where I'd like to put the file. I'll put it right on my desktop, and I'm going to call it webinar. And so we're going to save that. It will save as a .jar file. Now remember, this is a file, a single file that you can email or send over the internet in other ways, with photos and the little viewer embedded in the software package itself. So I'm going to shut down Digital Pouch. I'm going to double click on Webinar Jayar, which is right back here. You will see this open. Now this software does not need to be installed on your friend, client, or family member's computer system. The little application is included right in the .jar file. It will open up and display the photos just as we discussed before. And it will also tell you whether that display has an active custom profile on it. So if your client or your family member is not seeing colors accurately, you'll be able to ask them, do you have a little green circle down here with a check mark in it, or do you have a red X? And if they have a red X, that is telling you that they do not have a profiled monitor. So that's Digital Pouch. Now let's click right over to Photo Color Picker. Photo Color Picker is such a powerful piece of software that I've actually had web designers and other kinds of designers to actually buy the ColorMunki photo in times past to get this piece of software. It's such a powerful piece of software. We have some photos built into the software that allow you to see what Color Picker does in part, and that is extract a color palette from any photo. You can also go into your iPhoto library and look at the extracted color palette from your photos. And so we'll look at the color palette of, for instance, one that I just showed you in the digital pouch, and you can adjust this so that the photos are larger. Now once you choose a color here, you'll notice that you get the LAB values, you get the sRGB values, and then down here you get the real meat of what Color Picker is, with all these colors that give you ideas to use for web design or mats or other things that will enhance the photograph. You also have variations and similar colors listed. And you can also use the ColorMunki photo to actually measure other colors. Now the first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to move the ColorMunki photo to this position here, and I'm going to press this button right here on the actual device itself and let the device calibrate. And while that's happening, I'm going to pull up some photos here. You pull them all 3 up at one time and show you what actually happens. The ColorMunki photo actually is a device that allows you to take color samples, and right here in the back of the device there's a little button that you push, and a little thing will come down that has a scoop out in it. And it allows you to actually see, this is the little scoop out right here. that you just then put that on the color that you want to measure, and bring the ColorMunki photo all the way down, and that will allow you to take that measurement. And I'll just show you what that looks like. So that's when the ColorMunki down, just press that button on the side and it will take the measurement. So I'll just do that for you and show you what that looks like in real time. So I'm just literally doing this on my desktop. So I've got a CD cover here, that's the first thing I'll measure, and then I've got a greeting card laying here, and I've got a purple notepad, and I've got a green coaster, and I can even take a measurement of my own skin tone and put it right in there. Now once I've done all this, I can just grab these tiles here and drag them right over into projects, and once they're in projects, then I can get the same information from the colors that I have just recorded that I can get from the colors that come in the color palette. So Color Picker, Photo Color Picker is a very powerful piece of software. But that's not what ColorMunki Photo is really all about. I mean, these are extras that come in addition to ColorMunki Photo. So ColorMunki Photo actually comes with the ColorMunki Photo software, with the digital pouch, with Photo Color Picker, and now with camera calibration software in addition to that. Now remember, the camera calibration software is not fully integrated like the digital pouch and the Photo Color Picker are, but these are 4 pieces of software that come with one device. Now, since we looked pretty extensively into profiling our display in the ColorMunki display, the only thing I'd really like to show you here is one little note about projector profiling, and that is that I really recommend, we really recommend at X-Rite that you use native whenever possible for the target white point for profiling a projector. Now you say, now you were very careful, Brenda, to tell us that you want to use D65 or maybe D50 or D55 for the white point on our monitor. Why is it different on projectors? The reason is that projectors are projecting an image that we're not trying to match a print to, first of all. Second of all, this is a projected image in a dim room. This is the perfect recipe for our eyes actually correcting whatever small difference there may be in the white point. And lastly, any change that we make in this target white point is going to affect the luminance of the projector adversely, and generally we don't want to reduce the luminance at all if we possibly can. Now, I have been in situations where we really had to set it on D65 because the white point was just so far off, but these are very few and far between. Again, go back to your preferences, make sure you're set on version 2 profiles to avoid version conflicts with the software that you're going to be using to project through the projector, so that you don't end up with a version conflict. Now, as I said, we've got this home button. We can go right back to the home position anytime we like. And since we went pretty thoroughly through displays in the other software package, what I'd like to do here, and I'll just get that out of the way, is to really look at the printer profiling module. So just to be clear, did that pretty fast. We're going to select printer, profile my printer, the bottom button here on the software. And you notice here that we have 2 options: create a new profile or optimize an existing profile. For the beginning part here, we're going to look at create a new profile. We're going to choose a printer that is on our system here and installed, and then we can just type in the kind of paper that we're going to be using, so that gets us a good start on the nomenclature for the naming at the end. And of course, you'll be able to change that at the end yourself. Now, this is the next screen that comes up, and you're getting ready to make your actual first target print. And what you'll notice here is that when you hit print, this notice comes up. Now this is telling you to configure the settings in your print driver dialog to use the correct paper type and resolution. Remember, we talked about that, about utilizing printer profiles earlier in the program. You want to make sure that all automatic or color management settings are disabled in the print driver. And we definitely want to do this for the target, and anything we do for the target is the exact setting that we're going to use in the print driver when we choose the profile out of Photoshop or out of Lightroom, and we get to this point of the print dialog box. And then the better thing to do is record and save your print driver settings that you've used to print your target, so that when you utilize the profile that we're actually making here, you can use those same settings. Now, I've prepared some slides for you here. I'm going to jump out of the software package now and go back to the slides because there's really no logical way for me to make prints while you sit here and then for you to sit here while I actually scan them in. But this is what the target looks like once it's printed, and this is what it looks like when you're actually making the scans. So this indicator here becomes where the sensor is, and you want to start on white and end on white, and you'll press and hold down this button to actually make the measurements for every one of these strips here that you see. So as you're doing that, this is what you see on your computer screen. It's inviting you to make the first measurement strip, measure the first strip here. So you'll start on white and end on white, pressing down and holding your button. And if you do that, this is what you'll get. You just do the second one, the third one, and the fourth one. In the event that you sort of go too fast or wiggle a little bit or stop in the middle, you might get a failure, and that'll be a red marquee. And once you get that red marquee, you want to just wait until it clears back to the yellow and then just scan again, and you'll get everything scanned in. Once that's accomplished, you'll have a progress bar here that says generating a second test chart of patches. Now, it's really important. Remember, we talked about iterative profiling in ColorMunki Display for the monitor. Well, you've got iterative profiling also in ColorMunki Photo for your printer profiling. What the software is doing is it's actually taking into account what we learned when we scanned those first 50 patches, and then it's going to dynamically produce a second set of patches. These patches will always be more muted in tone, but if you notice from paper to paper or printer to printer, these second set of patches will be different than those first set of patches. It literally is a dynamically produced patch set that takes into account what you got in the first set. So this is what the second set of patches will look like. You're going to scan it just like you did the first set of patches. And once those patches have been printed, you'll notice that you have a dry down timer, because this is real time. It's just come off the printer, and while pigment inks are often touch dry coming right off the printer, we do recommend just a few minutes, about 10 minutes, to just let them cure out a little bit. You can skip the drying process and just go right on, but it's usually better to just give them just a few minutes to dry down a little bit for a more accurate reading, and then you're going to scan them right in just as we did before. At the end of that process, you're going to be able to refine the naming convention that you're going to use. You want to be sure you use some kind of nomenclature that makes your profiles easy to find, so that you know these are custom ColorMunki profiles ready for you to use here, and you'll see a progress bar as the profile is saving. Now remember, we said before that there were two different things that you could do once you selected Profile My Printer. And when you get to this screen, you either can create a new profile or optimize an existing profile. If we choose Optimize an Existing Profile, we just pull down this pull down menu here, choose a profile, any profile that has been made with the ColorMunki photo on your system. to optimize. And then we can load an image here, a single image that another color palette will be extracted. So you might want to use this in a situation where, let's just take for example, you've got a particular flower color that you're trying to reproduce, and it's an out of gamut color, meaning it's a color that your printer literally cannot print. So it needs a little extra tuning up in this translation process from capture to printing. You can actually load that image into the software, and it will produce another patch set for you that you can then scan and refine that profile even more. Now, when we were first being trained on this product early on in its introduction, my question was, why do I want to have a bunch of profiles in my system that are specific to one particular picture? And the answer is, that's not how it works. When you actually put a picture in and have another set of patches affecting this profile, it's just refining this profile more and more and more in these particular areas of the profile. You don't want to do this unless you need to, because this is spending valuable time, ink, and paper. But if you want to refine it, this is an amazing thing to have in a solution that's in this price range to be able to refine your profile even more. Now, ColorMunki Photo is a spectral photometer. It color manages monitors, projectors, and printers. In addition to being a spectrophotometer that profiles monitors, projectors, and printers, ColorMunki Photo now includes the Mini Color Checker Classic Target and camera calibration software, adding camera calibration to the suite of options that are available to you. This camera calibration software is the same software that comes with Color Checker Passport. The Mini Color Checker Classic is the same 24-patch Color Checker Classic included in the Color Checker Passport and sold as a full-size 8x10 target. Some people say it's the most photographed object on the earth because it's been the standard for color photography for 40 years. Remember, you'll need to be using a RAW workflow and using Adobe products to process your RAW images in order to use DNG camera profiles. This is the most used camera profiling system and allows you to begin your color managed workflow at the beginning at capture. So, which ColorMunki Family solution is right for you? All of the ColorMunki Family solutions are easy to use with wizard-driven software, giving you professional quality profiles and X-Rite dependability at affordable prices. The ColorMunki Smile is amazingly simple. It's an entry-level device. It's a basic colorimeter designed for hobbyists, gamers, web designers, anyone who wants to see accurate color on their computer monitor. It color manages monitors only, is an entry-level solution. All you need to do with ColorMunki Smile is calibrate, share, and smile. ColorMunki Display is a redesigned colorimeter that color manages monitors and projectors. It's small, lightweight, easy to carry when traveling. ColorMunki Display is the solution for you if you do not need or want to do printer profiling. ColorMunki Photo is a spectrophotometer that color manages monitors, projectors, and printers. It now includes camera calibration software for camera profiling, making it an all-in-one solution. It's time for you to stop guessing and start knowing. No matter which ColorMunki Family solution you choose, we have the right ColorMunki for you. Thank you so much for attending this webinar, and we hope you will enjoy other archived webinars that we have available for you here at X-Rite Photo.